You are listening to the Photographic Podcast. Your hosts are Jay, Justin, Mike, and Valentine.
And we're back.
Hey, what's up?
Same spot,
How's it going,
same
y'all?
angle.
Coming in with coffee. Oh,
No.
We had some behind the scenes mishaps before recording this one, apparently.
Oh yeah.
This is
I
a good
felt that pain.
example of not fucking around. Oh, there it goes. There we go.
Also,
gonna have to...
make sure you're putting a filter on the front of your lens. Even a UV filter will save you from heartbreak.
Yeah.
Wait,
'cause
so we're
if
saying
this wasn't on there, then I don't know what the hell would have happened.
if it just fell regularly, it would have broke the glass on the camera itself.
I mean,
Possibly.
I don't know how strong this is versus a lens, the glass on a lens, but
Yeah,
Can
man,
you
I
put your
know
finger through it?
that is actually a hot topic I've seen in a lot of photography groups and forums discussions about whether or not it's useful to put filters on your lenses and things like that.
Mhm.
Where do you stand on it, Justin?
It depends on the lens. Like the one that I'm using, the rented one, it's got a giant aspherical element on the front of it, so I can't put a lens filter on. But if I could, I'd put my Pro Mist or I'd put a UV filter on it. I try to have something in front of the front element as often as possible, just for cases like this. Because I was on a photo walk in 2019, like the fall of 2019.
Sorry, this ain't no invite.
Sorry, man. I was on a photo walk and I dropped my camera. And actually, I tripped. And my camera was in my hand. And that lens and the camera hit the ground. I thought I broke my shit, which I did break the screen on it. But the lens was, for the most part, fine.
damn.
Was
Yeah, I was
My-
because I forgot I had this on here. I'd rather not this be on there. I would rather it be a little cheap because this motherfucker ain't cheap. This ain't a cheap filter. It's not just a.
yeah, Pro Mists aren't cheap. But
You like that?
Yeah.
You could get yourself an aftermarket one, which works perfectly
Well-
fine in my own experiences.
Now I got a fancy effect filter.
Right.
You like that? You like the way that looks?
I mean, it's
relative.
interesting.
Yeah.
See all the bokeh balls just popping out.
Right? Yeah, I don't know exactly where I stand on it, whether or not it's going to 100% save against certain types of situations, but I have one that I keep a UV filter on my 24-70 because it's the lens that stays on my camera the most. And it goes out into whatever conditions that I'm going to be shooting in. Dirt, mud, trash, like I don't care. I got the 5D Mark III and I have this on here and it's all weather sealed as much as possible. And I try to not be too precious with it. I don't care if it gets a little dust and dirt, and that's one of the reasons why I left the filter on it. Because not because I'm necessarily worried about impact, but I don't want like sand and dirt and dust getting on that front element and then me trying to clean it off and then just grinding it into the glass and end up with like scuffs and scratches on it. So that's why I put it on there. But I think there's like a whole camp of people that exist that are like, nah. No, it doesn't do any good. The front element's got all these coatings on it, and it's not going to do anything. And I've actually seen people run tests where they're dropping like poles into the tops of these cameras, like onto the front and rear elements, and then showing little to no real damage, but it's painful to watch.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've
that
seen
sounds
that
painful
too.
just listening to that.
Look it up on YouTube. I've seen that crap where they run those tests like, is a front element necessary?
Yeah, I've
So-
seen that too. He like tried to scratch it up and he was going like this and then he took a picture and you couldn't see. I mean, the little small scratches, it won't matter, but shit like this, it's kind of, when you shatter it, it's a different
Yeah.
story.
Obvious. Yeah.
So I had
Yeah.
someone tell me one time that I was in the middle of a shoot and I did not. I usually always have like one of those little cloth things to wipe my lens with. I didn't have one, but I also had like just regular I had like one of those comfort color t-shirts on. So like the fat, like the real soft fabric. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna wipe it off with my t-shirt. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? I was like, you're gonna scratch up your lens like that. So I started thinking about it. I was like, technically to I guess an unknowing person, it sounds correct, and it might be correct. I don't know. But I didn't just spend like $1,000 for this lens for it to be scratched up with like just
Using
a
your
t-shirt.
t-shirt.
So the question is that true? Like if I wipe my shirt with my or expensive lens,
I mean, for those of
Are
us who wear glasses, like if your shirt's dirty, don't wipe your shirt, wipe your
Right.
glasses off with your shirt. But if you got on a clean shirt and like there's not like dust all over it or something, most of the time it's fine.
Yeah, that's
Like-
where I'm at. That's why I was saying, like, if I get sand or something on it, I don't want to be grinding that into the lens. But if it's just out and it's humidity, something like that, maybe a few raindrops, I don't treat my stuff like it's gold and I have to preserve it for the future. I treat it like it's a tool to do the job. And so if it gets a little bit dirty, I don't really care that much. I don't want to ruin it. But at the same
Right.
time, I need something that's not going to do that. So no, I use my shirt all the time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
alrighty.
I rarely even have any damn cloths in my bag, to be honest. Or
Yeah, and
I don't
I
even bring
do-
my bag anywhere.
I do. I almost always, if you see me out anywhere, I've got a lens wipe, like a moist
Yeah.
towelette kind of thing, and I've got a silk cloth. But sometimes, like, I'm in the middle of something and I don't have time to be fiddling around in my pockets.
My thing, like if I'm wiping off my lens, I'll do like a light check and I will just hold it up near the closest to the light and tilt it a little bit and you'll see any fingerprints, any dust, anything like that. If I can't see it on that, I think we're going to be fine because
Right.
chances
It
are
takes
I
a
won't
lot.
see that on the image either.
I don't
Right.
think I've ever put my fingerprint on the actual lens. Or I
have a
put
couple
my
times.
finger or whatever.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
Wait, I do the same
Well, then you
process every shoot. Just open it up, look, the little tail. Is there dust, speckles, anything on there? Wipe it off. All right, we're good to go.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
But,
now to
I
learn
mean-
about how to use my ISO aperture correctly.
Right. I mean,
Speaking of things being on your lens, though, you got people like Jaleesa over here. We were out shooting in the rain at night. She was purposefully getting raindrops on the front element or the filter she was using and having that in the shot to kind of add a
Wow.
cool natural effect to it.
You make people
Yep.
cringe right now.
Exactly
I
what I'm
did
gonna be
that for a
doing with this
couple of
shit.
my photos too. I would just breathe on the lens, just
Yeah.
and gives you a nice foggy effect. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also how you get fungus growing on the front element of your lens. But like,
Right.
wipe it off real quick. You're fine.
Yeah.
Have you heard of the Vaseline thing? Where they said like, oh fuck, getting a pro mist, just get some Vaseline or something.
Listen,
just put it
Linda.
around. I'm like, what?
Listen,
I'm not
I ain't-
Trying to
fucking
cheat the
doing that.
system.
I may not be precious with my lenses, but I am not going to be putting crap like that on them.
I'm not
No,
putting
buy like
Yeah,
one of those
no.
little $10. I thought about it. I was gonna do it and just to see as a test. And I was gonna buy one of those little $10 lenses off Amazon, and then just get some Vaseline. Swipe a little bit, and then they say you're supposed to get another piece of towel to take off like certain sections where you want the face to be, so everything else can kind of be like smooth, bokeh out.
Are you making
So-
your own bokeh?
I'm making
Yeah.
bokeh with Vaseline.
Oh my god, that hurts.
Making
That hurts
bokeh
just thinking about
Vaseline.
it.
I no longer like this conversation.
That's-
Yeah, everybody disliked that.
Not even bokeh. It's just
No.
like this hazy ass
That's not how you do
thing
it.
around their face.
Ah,
Hazy.
It's not like it's a cell phone where you put the drop of water on the lens so you can get the magnification effect.
So fake.
So if you
Just-
wanted to buy,
if
a
you're
filter-
that desperate for bokeh, like there's got to be like there's something on whatever free app that you're using that's called Gaussian blur. Use that.
I mean,
That's
looking at the-
better than like using. Fuck.
You're looking at the bokeh balls behind Jalissa over there. Those look pretty dope. I wish they were like a
Vaseline
little bit
free.
bigger though, but that's just my own, preference.
Just want them more round.
So if somebody was wanting to buy a filter, what would y'all tell them to get as like their first one? Should they go all the way high end, or should they buy
That's
like a cheap
tough.
version?
It depends on what they want. Like, what kind of lighting effect are you looking for in a filter? Are you just looking for protection? Buy something cheap and do a couple of them. If you want like a nice hazy effect in the background, go for like Pro Mist or Polar Pro or even who just came out with one? I think it was Moment or somebody came out with like a, it was called
Cinebloom.
Cinebloom. Yeah, those look great and they're cheaper than Pro Mist filters.
Yeah, that was like $40 or something like that. It's way
Yeah,
cheaper.
I think the 67 millimeter one was like $80, where the Pro Mist is like 100. So
Yeah,
you save some money. But
expensive.
it do your research and find out what you want, and then find a place where you can rent it or see if you got a friend that has one and try it out before you buy it.
Yeah.
I feel like whenever you say do your research, you just take away all accountability for yourself. Like don't take my word for it though.
I mean, seriously,
really don't.
I'm an amateur. Like,
I say like
I
the
will
reading
buy
rainbow
stuff
back in the
just.
days. Said,
I will buy stuff on impulse.
you try this.
Don't
but
listen to
don't
me.
take my word for it.
But hey, that's part of the artistic value of it, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
this is our opinion, what we like about that thing, and you
Yeah.
may not agree with that, and that's okay.
Well, if you have a follower that's like, hey, Justin, I watched every podcast since it started. I believe I was really like the first original subscriber, and I've bought everything you've bought, man. And some of these things just don't work for me. Like, I need like some type of compensation for it.
No,
You basically kind of told me to buy these things.
I didn't tell you to buy
I mean,
anything.
I told
told
you
you
them and
to
you get
rent
work
it
with them, so I
before
figured
you
I'd get
buy
work
it.
with them too.
Oh, man.
You didn't
used
listen
aperture
to
and
our
everything.
motto
Right?
4
He's like-
episodes ago. Rent first, buy later.
I mean, sitting over here, still utilizing aperture rent. Like that's what he's saying
Yeah.
over here. Don't buy
Yeah.
it, rent it, and if you like it, buy it.
So, Jalissa, what was your purpose of having is it Pro Mist filter?
Well, Pro Mist just
Pro
gives
Mist.
you kind of like basically like a misty look, but you keep the contrast. It's supposed to help keep contrast in your image too, so you don't lose that. But yeah, it just gives it like a foggy, dreamy look, and some people use it to like make their stuff look a little more filmy, or just makes it look very dreamy, like especially for nighttime stuff. It creates like the halos around the lights and stuff like that. And basically that's what it's for. But I don't have UV filters or anything like that. I would have rather had my polarizer on here than my damn Pro Mist, because Pro Mist, like we just said, is not cheap. It's like, this was like $90.
Unfortunately, we're doing this recorded, but otherwise, I would advise, just say that, hey, man, when it came in the mail, I've been out of the country because, due to COVID, I was stuck in Maui for quite some time, and when it came in, I never got to touch it until now, and it came in broken, so I'm gonna need to replace that. But hey, that's just me.
6 months later,
From
after
Amazon.
you've used it.
Hey,
and there's
COVID is a good excuse
history
for
of it.
everything, apparently.
Shit, those Amazon folks take pictures when they put it on your front porch. They ain't no lying about that.
I wish I could have said it was due to COVID that I did not get those pictures released in time for those TFPs. But hey, that's a whole nother story.
I'll just buy another one with my stimmy.
Right?
Hey,
With your Biden bucks. Yeah.
put a like down on this
I
video
don't
if you got your
know. I'll
stimmy during the recording of this video.
We shall see. I don't know. I might try something else. But
How
I
many
don't
of
know
y'all
if I
guys
like the
using
Cine
y'all
Bloom or not.
stimulus to buy more photography equipment?
Yeah.
Yes. Just
Ooh,
flat out. Yes, I'm
it's like
gonna buy a new
mhm.
lens.
Said
I'm
that
buying a new
Biden.
lens. I don't know if
Not-
it's gonna be the one that I'm using right now, but
And
I
what
got
are you
another one to
using right
try.
now?
I rented a Sigma 14 to 24 f2.8. I believe it's the HSM. DG HSM. Sigma's got some weird initials to it, but it's decent. I mean, you're looking at it right now. This is at 16 millimeters because the 14 felt a little wide. It's a little weird. Oh, there we go. Nope, that's the wrong ring. There we go. That's 14.
That's what. Never mind.
Ah,
And that's 24. Like, it's pretty close,
Pretty
but
good.
right.
What were you using before? That motherfucker was
Too close.
wide.
A little too close.
I was using a kit lens.
Oh.
It is a 10 to 18.
Oh,
So
Wait,
okay,
do you have a
well,
light set up behind you? Like, how are you? Do you have lights turned on in your room?
me?
I think he
Yeah.
has a video light and then that one in the back.
I got
Ah.
2 video lights here, and then I got the lamp behind me.
Fancy.
Mhm.
And where did you rent this from again?
Aperturent. They are the best people in here in DFW to use. I rented a 21.4 earlier. I didn't like the field of view that it gave me, and I called them back within 2 hours of renting it, and I was like, "Hey, can I switch this out? I'll pay whatever." And they're like, "No, we got you. We don't normally do this, but yeah, I do have one. I'll put it in the link.
Oh, really?
Please
Oh,
rent.
nice. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Down below.
yeah, I have a referral link. Please rent using that link. It would help me out greatly when I rent my next lens.
And
So
help
thank
you out on saving additional money when you rent shares from Aperturent.
No, unfortunately, you got to pay full price. It's a pyramid scheme. Scheme.
I like Scream.
Yeah, it's a pyramid scheme. But if you set up an account with them, you also get a referral link. And if you get your friends to rent equipment, you get 10% of the cost of whatever equipment that they rented on accredited to your account. So it's
Ooh,
a pretty
nice.
cool thing.
If you love Justin, you
I
love the
like
work
him.
that he's brought into this, you would use that code.
Yeah, if you love our podcast, use my code so I can rent more stuff, and slowly everything will get more and more beautiful.
Maybe you could do like a review video
Way
where you
cooler.
kind of like review on some lens that you've purchased, or you rent lenses somewhat often. I mean,
Yeah, I'm a big fan of rent first, buy later. I've burnt myself a couple times trying to just buy something super fast, but
Yeah.
I'm learning that lesson and spending $100 to rent it for 10 days and try it out versus $1,500 to get it and then realize that I hate it and send it back and wait for that money to come back. I should have just rented it.
it's an interesting topic. What things have you bought in the photography world that you regret? I guess starting with Justin, since you have it on mind.
Well, I bought when the RF 35 1.8 came out. I bought that shit the day that it came out. It was like $700, I think. No, maybe 400. I don't remember. It was too much. I don't like 35 millimeters. It's not a good focal length for me to use. It's
really?
too wide when I want something narrow, and it's too narrow when I want something wide. So it just doesn't work. I was walking around the Mandalay Canal area that we have in Irving here in Texas, and every time I would look across the canal, I wanted to take a picture of something over there. 35 was too wide. And then I would turn to my side of the canal and I wanted to take a picture of something and it was too narrow and I couldn't get it. And it just like the whole day it frustrated me. So 35 millimeter is not my focal length. I kind of prefer zooms, but that's me.
Now, is 35 one of those ones where it's like meant for full body pictures? The 35 and 24s, that range.
I guess it'd be a decent landscape. Like it's not good for cityscapes because cities are too narrow and like it's I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe it. I wouldn't like classify it as like full body or anything like that. It might make for good environmental portraits, kind of like where we're all sitting. You get a nice view of like the things in the background as well as the person. But yeah, it's kind of a for me, it's a difficult one. For lots of other people, they use 35 millimeter all the time. Like Volandez, Matt Day, I just blanked. King
Yeah.
Japes.
Yep.
They all use 35 millimeter lenses all the time. So it just depends on who you're looking at.
I think
Do they shoot
between
full frame too?
who's that?
35 millimeter.
Oh, 35 mil might as well be. Yeah.
I mean,
like
technically
35.
that's full frame.
Yeah, I like 35, but only on crop. I probably wouldn't like it if it was on full frame.
Yeah, that's kind of the situation I was running into with this Minolta cameras. I got that 35 millimeter. I like it for some stuff, and I think that if I were like out in nature, I actually kind of like the 35 millimeter range. If I was shooting with my 24 to 70, that's about where I sit in the 35 millimeter range for shooting landscapes and the like. So I think I would like it better for there, but I have to agree that cityscapes, a little tighter areas, portraits, it's a little funky.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be a little closer than you want to be to try to get the shots that you need for like up close stuff, and then everything else is just too far away to get a good shot of.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So is that on your list of regret purchases or?
No regret. I just was agreeing with the focal length being funky.
Yeah.
No,
So do you have
I
one?
like it. I one a regret.
He's like, get into photography in general, man. Just costs so much.
Yeah, maybe, but no, I don't think I've bought anything that I actually regret buying. I haven't really spent way too much money on any one thing. I've been somewhat careful. I have spent a lot of money, like on the 5D Mark III body that I got. I spent quite a bit on it, but I love it, so I don't regret it. No, I can't think of anything photography related that I've regretted purchasing yet. There are some things that I've bought
AE
that
one
aren't.
that you bought.
I don't regret buying that.
You don't.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
just because it doesn't pan out, it doesn't mean that I regret the purchase. I learned
Right.
the initial stages of shooting film with it, so I don't regret the purchase.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe it wasn't the best condition and it was deceiving at first, but I don't regret it. I think if I regret anything, it's the amount of bags that I've bought.
Really? You have a lot of bags?
I have like 4 bags.
You can see them.
Yeah, I have a whole, like right here, look. And that's not all of them. There's 2 more that you can't see.
Damn, I should have come to you for a camera bag for my Mamiya.
Right.
So if you need a bag, and
Yeah,
just
I was gonna
message
say.
the photographic podcast at gmail.com and Mike will answer all questions.
I
A small
swear,
bag for my
because
camera.
I did some research and I bought a bag whenever I went overseas because I needed one that fit a specific size. And then I bought another bag that was a little bit smaller. And then I bought another bag that could hold everything. And then I bought a couple other smaller.
Damn.
And I'm just like, oh, man. I guess if I did have a regret, it would be that. Just to find something that could accommodate a few of the things that I needed. So without having multiple carry-ons.
What about you, Jalissa?
Well,
The promise filter today.
I no. I wish I didn't break it. The fuck. I would say because I don't have a lot of bags. I bought the one bag I have here. That's small. This little small one over here, and then I bought another one. I didn't really like that one that much, so I ended up buying this bigger one. But I probably have to think about it. I don't really know if I have anything that I regret buying. I mean, I think there's things that you buy that you probably don't use as much anymore, and you're like, I guess I don't really need that anymore, but not necessarily means that you regret buying it. I don't know, maybe I'll find something around here.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple of things that I got in like a kit when I first bought a camera, and I don't use everything that's there. But
Yeah.
I have
Did you
another
give it
one.
out for free to somebody, like an inspiring photographer that you just come across, like just carried in your bag?
no, it wouldn't be useful. Some of these things wouldn't be useful for that type of situation.
Oh, never mind. What'd you say,
Don't
Justin?
buy cheap tripods. I bought a Manfrotto one from Best Buy when I bought my camera. At the time, I was like, oh man, $60 tripod. That's excellent. It's in my budget and it does all the things that I want.
I wonder if that's the one I had bought too.
It was the one that has like the turnstile thumb. It looks almost like a pistol grip to move the ball head. No.
Yeah. The little where you just stick it on there and clip it in there and go like that. Blip, blip, the quick release or whatever. The little
No,
small
it's
knob
not
that
even-
you put on the bottom.
Not even that one.
Damn.
I was about to be
It's
like,
oh yeah. It's got the little knob thing on the bottom, and you can just clip it. Yeah, that tripod sucks. Don't buy that. Like, save your money, and you don't have to buy the Peak Design $400 tripod, but like, spend $120. Buy yourself something a little bit better. something with a Swiss plate design. You'll be much happier with like the plate design ones where you can take it on and off. Those things are so much better. Like I bought a ball head for my monopod that my camera's on right now, and it's
That one.
yeah, don't buy that one. I bought a $40 ball head for this. It's so much better than this whole fucking tripod. Don't.
Yeah, I bought the same one too, and
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, I thought it was okay, but my thing, literally, the reason why I took it back was because it didn't have the middle piece where you can hang the bag on it. I was like, I want that.
The pistol grip
And-
looks so ergonomically friendly.
Yeah,
did you
it looks
like it?
great. And when it works, it's decent. But like when it stops working, it stops fucking working.
Oh, you had it
And-
for a while.
I had it for like 6 months, and the turnstile thing on the grip where you like actually can articulate the head, it starts clicking if you get it too tight, and then once it starts clicking, it's done for. It just stops working.
Damn. Well, I'm glad I didn't keep it that long. I took it like right back. Literally. That's probably why we don't regret too much things. Because if we don't like something, we just end up taking
Take
it back.
back.
We weren't stuck.
Yeah.
weren't stuck
Keep
with
your
it, so-
receipts and keep the box so that you can return it when you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I avoided buying a lot of stuff from Best Buy, not because I think Best Buy is trash, but there is a lot of below average consumer grade items that you can get that
Platinum.
are super cheap.
They're called Platinum.
Sun Pack.
Don't buy their
Pack's
yeah Sunpack Platinum. Don't buy that shit.
Dang, Best
Yeah.
Buy and Manfrotto are like just like, yo, what the fuck? Why are they doing this?
No,
Right
Manfrotto-
Manfrotto's good.
Manfrotto makes really good tripods.
That's
They
actually
also make
the
really
one I use.
shitty tripods.
That's their shitty tripod for the people who can't afford their expensive one.
Yeah, I've got their entry level like prosumer, which is like $120, and I
Yeah.
would buy it again. I do not regret that. I love that tripod.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've seen some of those, and then matter of fact, I was in Best Buy today, and of course I walked over there buy all that stuff to just take a gander while I was in there, and I saw that exact tripod there, and I was like, "Ew, no."
Yeah,
Ew.
don't do it.
You were looking at it like this. Ew,
Uh,
gross.
Even their Joby tripods kind of suck.
Man, let me go. Actually, let me go grab mine so I can show you what it looks like these days.
Do it. Do
and it's pretty damn bad. It make you not want to buy it. This is. I don't even know how long I've had it. Not that long.
That's actually what my camera's sitting on right now.
I mean, if it stays still and it stays in like a perfect environment,
Yep.
they're all right. But like as soon as you
Fine,
touch it,
just don't touch it.
the whole thing the whole
They
thing
got
shakes.
the all right rating. He's like, yeah, if you don't mess with it,
Yeah,
they
it's
are
fine.
right. No,
It's fine. Don't take it out into the field and have to manipulate it and move it around and change the leg shapes and all that stuff. Like,
I tried to use it on my old YouTube channel. I made a couple like talking head videos like we're doing right now, and like just pressing the record button makes my camera shake for like 3 minutes. It's just constantly just a little bit of shake, but it's enough to make you sick.
He's like, oh, you messed me up there, buddy. Oh, jeez, don't do that.
And that's just pressing the record button.
that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Got nothing.
I tried to use that here with this, and I was like, So, and you have the newer one. This one's like the SLR, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
As you can see, it has rubber bands on it because I was trying to use it to like keep the joints together because they start cracking. Like at first it was good. I was like, man, this is nice. And then like these little plastic pieces, they start cracking right here, and then they
Yeah.
start popping out. Like the
Yeah.
things start popping out.
The knuckles.
So
break.
you
That
gotta
shit.
oil your joints. Got to keep it moisturized to
Basically, you're like trying to put the joints together with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
and it just starts sliding on the damn table and shit. And I'm like, I can't get any good.
Honestly,
use
I
out
had
of this.
the newer one that I've got. I had to manipulate it into this weird starfish kind of curvy, I don't know, octopus kind of shape that I've got it sitting on right now, and then have them all adjusted just right so that it's stable and it stays that way. Like if you tried to adjust anything, my camera will start leaning or something. It's always something funky, but it's fine once you get it stable, and then don't mess with it once you get it
Yeah.
there.
I can say my, well, instead of saying that, I should say the cheapest lens that I love was my Nifty 50 because that
Oh,
got
same
me
Z's.
that I mean
Everybody.
did everything. Now the one that I did
Still
not
use it.
like was the 24 Prime. That
Mhm.
was probably a mistake. I like
Why?
the idea of it, but that glass is so small. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah, it's
it
really
gets
cheap.
past 5 o'clock. I mean, you're it's not happening for you. I mean, the
Yeah.
quality, I mean, just getting something in focus. I mean, I'm talking about. I don't even use it in like wide at all. I'm trying to shoot it at like 4.5, and I'm still getting like blurred. I mean, it's just wasn't. And I don't know if it's because I maybe the one I got was like faulty or something, but yeah, that's
pretty bad.
That's
if
sad.
anybody wants it, $35. It's the cheapest you get anywhere.
He's like, I just want
Uh,
it gone
That's-
and
I just want it
break
gone.
even. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I've got a couple lenses that I bought for like film lenses that I bought to put on my EOS R that like they have a unique rendering, but I don't use them. I bought Helios M42 or it's a 55 millimeter lens f2, and it's got this crazy cool circular bokeh. I don't know how to get that bokeh. Like I shoot it wide open, and I take a photo of a subject. No crazy bokeh in the background. But like if I zoom in the right way, not zoom in, but like if I focus right way, like I guess I have to be like closer to the subject to get the photo or get the bokeh that I want, or maybe far away. I've only managed to like get it twice when using it, but like I don't know what the hell I'm doing wrong with it. But it's a unique looking lens, and I bought it for $80. But like it just collects dust in my bag now.
Yeah, you don't really use
I'll
it
say though, Valentine, that Nifty 50, the Canon EF 1.8 Nifty 50, dude,
Oh man,
I still use it. Matter of fact, when I got one of those film camera, the Rebel G, that I picked up for free in like a bag of stuff, that's the lens that I've put straight on it. I mean, I'll go straight to that lens every time. If I don't know what to use, it's just so good.
That's why you had on the Rebel.
It's just so good to me.
It's just so
Yeah.
good. I mean,
I-
I paid $90 for it. It was $89.
I gave mine away for free, but that's just because I upgraded to the 1.4 version of it.
Oh
I
man,
love those
they don't
lenses.
they don't make men like you no more. No, you're a good
Broke
one.
the mold with that one.
I did that because I was giving it to a friend that had been passionate about photography and had to sell her equipment to take care of her kids. And I was like, you know what? I got an
even
extra
better.
camera body that it's really basic. It doesn't shoot video or anything. And it was the first one that was given to me. I got to pass down I got to make sure that somebody who has the passion for it continues to have the passion for it. So
This guy's DM's about to be blown up.
You got any
I don't have any more free
lenses?
stuff to give away.
Passionate, Justin, give me stuff.
I don't have any more free bodies for you. Sorry.
Except for this one.
Got any more of that free stuff? Free body.
I have a bag full of camera gear that I might give away.
Oh,
What? A bag?
not what you
full?
stay
think.
tuned.
They're not what you think. We'll
Oh,
go through
never
it in the next episode, but
Before you
these
tell
cameras
everybody.
are not.
Right.
Trust me, I would have told you all about it beforehand. Nah.
Yeah, I need to pick through that first. Thank
It's
you.
like little you got those little feet that you put on the bottom of the flashes that you buy.
I
got a
use
whole
that
bag of those.
sometimes.
Hey,
A whole bag though.
like that.
Yeah, there you go.
Those are more useful
Oh,
than what I have in this bag. I'll show y'all. But with that, it's been fun talking to y'all. I will see y'all on the flip side.
All right, guys.
Peace.
See you in the next
The
one.
flip side.